I have battery 6%, so I'll try to make like some summary what's going on right now, 2 days after I posted the video where I fixed this one which hadn't been fixed for 3 years. And that's the word where I can use like I was stressed out because I'm tired, my back hurts because of the sitting, eyes because of the monitor, and because of the refresh rate to capture all the things, as well as memory wise to remember it all, at least for some time, and to notice if anything is unusual in comparison to prior. I think it's like an obsessive compulsive skill, which survival wise it's good, but that's why I like playing music, because I feel safe, and I don't have to talk to anybody, and I don't have to put all these firewalls and security uh, insinuations in my head. I'm like with these frequencies, and I communicate with the people, and it's a show, and I'm there to read them. And if I perfectly would be that I read them instantly with first beat, so that would mean that I picked up the mood, the vibe of the space before I started playing. And that is also not to be ignored, that Jung and those kind of symbolicism, or what's it called, the collective mind, calling, you know um, I just noticed that what I would call myself is ripping, because I cannot, it's not just ripping, because I make baits, and I also improvise. And I also noticed that sometimes, because I came to a point where now, even though I don't know what something means, I erased it so much time in so many different ways. Not just erased it, renamed it. You will see. It's now I didn't have the will to film, but my index finger, my thumb, my like carpal channel hurt, because instead of doing music, I was doing some lighting. This is from old Christmas light, which I had to improvise. It was fun. That I call fun. Then I made this with the sack to have it red, and I wanted to make like a slow, um, in a different tune, not for 140 hertz, but the playlist, as well as to play with my mixer. I said I like. I'm turned on when you like water till the neck, when there's pressure, when you have to like it's like all in, either you fuck up or you don't, that's why I never prepare my playlists. And, I repeat some songs because I sometimes mix, because I have to listen to the songs which I downloaded and to see if they are at all accepted by my mixer. But because I cannot play some formats which the upper class, this is the entry level, this is like for weddings, so I have some downsides, but you have to like download, export, blah blah blah. It's thousands of computers, everything has to be offline in my case. And yesterday everything seemed fine. The new computer, I left it on purposely, like normal people would, for almost 5 days, 1 week, all the time on Wi-Fi, never switched off, never updated, never cleared any, besides temporary maybe, Sometimes when I was transferring files from the USB, the CPU overheated at 90, which is where it shuts down, but it's okay, you know. Now I noticed, okay, I don't know how much battery life I had left, but I fixed and had plan yesterday to either play, to make a set, you know, or to resolve the other computers. One plan was the Toshiba, which I didn't do here. You know, I have many options on this one, you know, but I would like to explore this thing, you know, because I don't know, it's compulsive. Every time you know more, even you don't know the meaning, but when you have to back it up, because if you delete something or some part of it or some codec or something, you notice, okay, I cannot open my files, but I didn't touch them, but I was in the system deep, and in those advanced permissions and those things, which are like billions and billions of sub folders and sub windows, you know, and every click is not just a click. In the Windows 10 with the lower bit version, it was like you had this like boom, you know, that was like, you know, you're in the 64-bit version and it's all black, or when it's a small square within a white frame square, then you know it's not accepted or applied by you but by this other console. In Windows 11, it is it was black, you know, by I think regular. Even though I purposely changed it to have this, you know, I have it now. I have the inverted mouse and all those shadows and those things. And when I come across video, I have it like invisible and opacity. I started to do all those things just to notice how things work, you know, and DevOps and those things. Okay, but I really, there's a lot of things, you know, because there's a lot of accounts which you cannot get rid of. There's a lot of things you learn about, because when you give somebody an allowance, that's just allowance, but because they have like it's like double, it's really hard. It's like law, you know, because they say disable all inheritance, and then you can choose either for or against, and they use those terminologies, so you're not actually sure because you have always 3 or 4 of them, you know. And I went to all of tabs, you know. Now I have Brave now, but even then for some video player I have to use Google extension. They also this x64 on the 11 Windows, because it's blue, it's not black anymore. Here it's differently. Here you have like, when you have applied it by yourself, which you will notice, I will tell later, it will be I think either a blue this one or everything is blued out. But if you have a white minus inside in the blue, that's the lower bit, the 30-bit version in the x86 language. So now as I got faster, you know, but because you have to change. Now I'm like I have some dump file, not dump file, it's like a Dropbox file. I don't want to say too much, it is my computer, you know, but I cannot get rid of it because it was the name of the computer. And I changed already the name of the computer and went through all this bullshit, because it's not that you're the administrator, you have to prove that you're the owner, that you have all permissions, and that the other have exactly those permissions which they need. Because when you go to change owner or select, I don't know what it's called, select priority or something like that, add new, advanced, find now, or for object, blah 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 blah, you will see if you have it like regularly, the first letter is capital or others are small. That's from the original Windows, that's from the 60-bit version. If everything is caps lock, that's not yours, that is theirs. That is this anti bypass, which is a 30-bit, 60-bit, 4-bit converter basically in real time. But the functionality of this control panel and all those functions, they are available and they fly. But you have to be aware, even though they gray out your window and they say not reacting, you have to ignore it. You have to go to OK, apply, OK, apply. F, it wasn't opacity zero, you know. You have to because they I'm at the point where I have to do it, and I have to have high contrast. I have to have everything, every font, you know, things which I would never ever in my life would consider having. But now it's like it is sort of a game. It's like hunting, I believe, or it's an illusion where somebody's mining my improvisation skills or resourcefulness or approach, you know, because I haven't learned from anybody. I never used any tools. Do it all by hand manually, you know, like ancient style, manual analog. And now let me show you, like, look, I'm watching like volleyball, and at the same time I'm doing like just in the background a full scan to be sure, you know. At the same time my mouse is on the touchpad, which is also, everything is here. The CD is just here just in case, because if you boot it again, use legacy. Try to use legacy. For instance, in my mint doesn't work without legacy, but with legacy it works. That's here also the option that destroys Windows, overtakes no problem, whichever system you use, you know. But if I occupy my original Windows, because it's always a double, it's a lot of erasing and trial and error and not be able to erase, and they say you got either skip it or try again, and then you don't know why, and then in the end you find out, for instance, this folder, you have to rewrite the computer's name, all the credentials, you have to change ownership. I already know that you cannot go to apply, just okay. When this advanced sharing options opens, you go to change owner, you go to if you're fast, you go to everyone. If you're not fast, you will choose local user, but where it's not in capital letters, or you won't use system, you won't use administrator, you won't use user, period. No, and everything, no certificates, no nothing from the system. You're not safe, which I do, and which I tend to have luck, not luck, but a good progress, you know, is okay. This folder isn't reacting, it doesn't give me permission. Okay, first I go there, I go to sharing, advanced sharing, change owner, find now, go everyone. Okay, then go to OK, close, the window closes. Then I open it again. Then I go to either disable all inheritance, and then I add myself. I add all full control, everything to myself, and the subfolders as well. Then I add a system. The system which is not in capital letters, not in capitals. I give him permission to read, maybe to read extended attributes, indexes, permissions. Nothing to change, nothing to write, even not the list folder sometimes. And I use, from the older computer I learned, if I use a principle where I add the dial-up with the cap locks from the 32-bit version, from my enemy, and I give him just the basic permission to read. Because if you don't go in advanced sharing, sometimes you will miss the special permissions, and those things are writing. Trust me, you have to go to the advanced sharing, not edit in the window folder or window explorer. It's not sometimes enough. But then when you're the owner, if you go to apply and OK, you're fucked. You have to just go OK. You know, inheritance has to stay, but okay, 7 seconds. So not just because of it was by chance, but I always use the dark themes, you know, or high contrast from the last before you go to sign in, you go to accessibility, high contrast. But I also change. I will show you now. Like I cannot show you now because I have to charge. But with these permissions, you have to get to the 32-bit control panel and those tools. And you will notice it because it's 256 DPI the thumbnail in contrast to Windows 11. So if you will see this square like with rounded corners opening up, in my case it's anthracite. I like gray to black, let's say black with a little bit of red hue. I just exit, not responding, cancel. I never, I know it is not reacting because of your computer. It's a written algorithm. It's, I already cracked that, and but they annoy me. Now I start making baits, sometimes I don't have the ability to, because what I was doing last time, I was basically turning their code against themselves. So which I wanted to do, make them to make an own goal, so play with the mirror, something like that, come from behind like a ninja, and what the fuck is going on, but now I'm like doing some other options, because in Windows 10 you have like properties, you have show more options, and then you have the properties from the regular properties, and then you can go, if you have some installed, for instance, which I have used not send to, okay, I did send it to the DVD as well to try to erase it and try to burn it that way, because the last time, if you're unable to do it through legacy and everything, erasing it, if you get to the point I told you, you get this hellish like light blue screen with the QR code and smiley over the substance, and we unable to start Windows, we will restart for you, let us restart for you, something like that, and I don't know if you even have the option for okay. No, I don't think you can even put a command, it just restarts. I don't know why because how you get out of that situation is, before you get to, if you go, it will always go to recovery then. If you're in UEFI, it will go to recovery, or repairing, trying to repair, unable to repair. And then you get like continue to Windows 10. If you do that, you crash. If you don't crash, you know what's going on. Or you have this other, I don't know what's it called, advanced or something like that, the right one. Then when you open this one, you have like 2 rows, each has 4 or 3, and you have like, there is like a lot of things, but nothing works besides boot from local image. And when you do that, any CD which has anything on it, I had like a lecture CD which was in the newspapers 10 years ago, some Excel like beginner, I don't know what it's called, like practice like tasks with like maybe 10 megabytes on the CD, but still, when I got to recover from image, when I opened it, you have always to think, when you get a window from Windows, don't trust it. Even I sometimes skip or try again, do all same, do the same, scroll down or minimize your window behind it, put it in a comfortable place of your monitor where you can like click it till hell. Try now, try to enter. If you're having any changes in the numbers of folders or the percentage, I'm not now. I'm playing with try now and try to catch the pause or the X, you know. I went crazy now, you know. But when you boot from image from CD, whichever it is, you can go and format their disks, because I don't know how they didn't think of it. If you browse your boot image, you will get it in italic letters. That's like from, I think, XP or something like that. This version of Windows, because it's you know the theme, you know, it's like really bright. The brightness is really high. The lines are really thin. They're italic, but it looks nice, and you can go browse image from which you can choose it. Sometimes you have to, you know, use tricks, analog tricks, because you have commands which you can use on your mouse, on your screen, or improvise whatever you do, just to not give them control, or to make the control go away for at least a second, as much, just enough you can do it, you know. Because if you boot the ISO, the DVD, you open up, you get you get free hard drives. None of them is yours. They're all full. They're all like, if you I had like, maybe, I don't know, after erasing everything, maybe 20 gigabytes visible. But when I opened it from the image, I had like free. There were like half terabyte. NT was one. The other was I forgot. There were like interesting drives, but you can format it. You know, you don't have to click on it and say like activate or ISO image, watch image. I don't know what you do with image. I cannot recall the word. But you can go right click and format their whole disk on their NT workstation. I mean, you fuck yourself up because you fuck UEFI up, but later on you have the control now, because you formatted their pathway. It's like, I just got the sound card, old sound card, of course, now, which you don't have the drivers for. I have to download it as well, but it's like bittersweet, you know. It's not like this. This is like working in a mine, you know. It's like hard work, exhausting. And now when I'm doing this video, who knows how much progress will be vanished, or because I'm on the internet. I don't watch now the internet, but I'm testing now if it's passive, active or not, because as well, it's not when you do the shared folder, because I like put all those tools from old control panel on my screen, because they're so good. And I was able, when you look into it, which is allowed, which is enabled, which is disabled, but it's like a list of 100 things, and you can change different things there, you know. I think it's okay, but by maps and by certificates and protocols, there is also, and it's interesting, you know. But I want to know, who's this sha256? Who are you? Who the fuck are you? And why? You know, I did cut off their limbs, but at least break their legs or something like that. But still, as long as I'm on the internet, they have advantage. But I'm a quick learner, and I believe that I will find a way, because I never use the same trick twice, except it's like really, I cut off your tendons, or what it's called, like on acheloid tendon, you know, because I want to handicap you so I can gain advantage, you know. It's like in every sport. Yeah, I wanted to say that I had one computer which is ready with Ultimate 7, other computer almost ready, where I wanted to put Ubuntu Studio on, and I'm so turned on that. I had to transfer a bunch of music from one computer, one USB to the other USB, just to be sure, because if anything happens, I have backup. You never know, because I don't want to lose these things I download, even though I will delete most of it, which I don't use, but it's not for everyone. And I have like old DJ deck, which is on CDs, but it has like for effects, analog in and digital out. So I have like a couple of ideas, maybe to go it through TV and then use the noise as a effect together with the echo from this one, because it's analog, it shouldn't need any drivers. And you can see I make this video because it's like I'm all by myself. I'm fucking have no one to share it with, It's like, I hope, I think everybody is aware, that I do it mainly for therapeutic reasons. Because imagine having those old things in your head all the time, like I have them all my life. This is the best way for me to do it, because it really, I am stressed out and I need to decompress, but it's really mechanical. It's nothing else, I just need. But even then, if you're playing chess, you think all the time, where can I get you? Where can I get you? Because I already got it a bunch of times. And I love to do it with the most simple things. But no Ubuntu Studio for now, no transferring on Mint. I wanted to put Serum, a standalone Serum there, or a sampler, because Atari will be Tata, that will be the sequencer. The Ultimate 7 will have a bunch of frequency tools and wave tools, physics tools. The 11 is mainly for Ableton and record box, that's it. That's the only reason I have it. But I also downloaded yesterday a bunch of emulators and a bunch of tools for SD, for Linux, blah 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 blah. So if you have a calculator which has like a 8-bit system, I can send you a OS. Even if you want to have, I don't know, modern features, it's like that, So I'm pissed that not at the point where 16 hours before now I had like already some frequencies in some ideas, I don't practice, I don't prepare, but when I download it, I have to listen to it when I download it. Only once, If I don't, because, okay, not always, because when it's 500 gigabytes or 1500 songs, you cannot listen to it. But I risk when I play, so it can be, I have to get out of a fucked up situation if I miss a song and I didn't prepare, and I purposely don't want to prepare because I like the pressure, where if I make it, then I will get the reward. If I don't make it, I will get criticized, and that's how I think take it the best for going on and to learn, because I'm not afraid to fail. But I like to use always something new, which haven't used before. I like to play, even it's recorded, I make mistakes, thank you for, it's like confession. It's not confession. Confession to who? What I just told you is like maybe 5% of everything. I cannot drop it. It's not that I need to use a computer. It pisses me off that somebody
has the upper hand with the same environment, or maybe more modern, but it's basically the same environment. So intelligence or resourcefulness, intuition should make me be at least, to draw a tie. Fuck it, yeah. Right now, this was also prepared. Just to see, the theme. This was the letter for also, but just this green. So can you see like this what's going on with the mouse? It's like a lot of action. And here it should be invisible. Now it's invisible. Opa, 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 opa. So those are tricks which I have to use. And now I'm at the point where I actually erased everything, Here this is active. I had like a lot of things. This is X64. This is not what I'm talking about, I will show you. Okay. This is my PC. Okay. Now you have here everything which mine is, and there. These are those things which I talked about. So now I go. Do you need this? This is what you want. This is what you want. You don't want this other shit. This is what you want. This is what you want. This is how you want,
Agresivnog i čvrstog agresora podiže tamo ruku Tajs, priznaje svoju pogrešku. 16-9.
And you can tune the synth by hand, every frequency. This was meant to be for Ubuntu, and here is like Monitor eMagic. It's a really old, but this is USB, the first generation, and here is a connector, the original. This is this, but here is the machine for which I was talking about. This is the older player, So this is the older player. Those things are fucked up, and it never worked because I have two of those. If you play the same track at the same time, press play, it won't finish at the same time, so the motor is fucked up. But you can do echo like this, echo 0%, 100%, and you change it here. So here you have digital in, analog out, and those things. This is also not working, but maybe I can find a use for it. Atari notator waiting here. The dongle I will show one day. This one is iOmega, but basically affects the mixers and hides the outputs and blah blah. Tascam because pitch control exactly 1 octave. Mixer is also good. Tapes are very well. Equalizer as well for mastering. This is just a cheap MIDI keyboard. And here we have the motherboard. This is the Scarlett for the Windows Linux forum. And that's me. That's me carrying the wheel of time. I kept this one in Windows because I had the first impression that it was Windows original, but it isn't original. This one we have right now in cinnamon mint, and the other one we need the clock that will be just because of stupid Ableton. This is also personalized Windows in my high contrast mode. Stability, regular mode. Here by doing this, I gain knowledge and I can capture something, but I as well leave myself open for attack. But if I capture it, I learn how they think. So let's sign in, because you can sign in here. You have to use this, and this should be encryption. This should be. You can change this. You should change this. You can restart here. Sign in. You're here. You see this? I don't see this blue isn't. It's a custom color. Everything is custom. But the main problem here is, see all those things. You have to go through everything. You don't have this in the new versions of Windows. At least you don't have it. Period. Windows work folders. Okay, blah 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 blah. But what we do on a CC here, view RAM systems. No, no, no. Security change user account control settings. Let's see. You should be asked this. Yes, yes. This is shit. This is nothing. But I had like 10 of them. Like I have to find them. I have to find them first. System. See, when you get this one, like this you don't want it. You don't need this. You don't need this. Let's go to, let's say, hardware and sound, electrical products, autoplay. Which is autoplay? What starts when you, okay, ask me this. I had also ask me every time. Everything ask me every time. 0 seconds or 9,99999 available people who can watch at the same time. Okay, no threats, protection history. We're now in this shit. We don't want to use this shit. This is shit. We don't want to use this. We want to use the real one. The real one. Let's say all apps. I got it like a folding. You know, so some things like widgets I can use last pass into start now. Into start. Microsoft News. Let's delete. Uninstall this right away. Here when you go to Brave. Okay. You see, you have like privacy security. You have like thousands of things where you have like different things. You have to see what's going on. Blah blah blah. You have to say blah 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 shields. You know, you have to go through all of the specific things. What's fanboy? What's fanboy? What's fanboy? You want to sync it? Where are your extensions? Which extensions do you have? Huh? Do you have manifest? Do you have wide one? Do you have WebTorrent? What do you have? Let's manage extensions. What do we have? Great, blah blah blah.